So I think you need to do. I think we need to do this again, but with everybody
Oh, God.
after the videos.
You're having a bubble.
I think we should do
Look
it.
how
It'll
difficult this was.
Mate, I think everybody would value a live stream after everything done instead of an individual person. Just do everybody.
I mean, I
What
can
do you reckon,
try.
people?
I can try. I can try and do that, but yeah, it's likely to play up, isn't it?
No, it'll be fine.
Paul gets excited. Right, is there any? That's better. Finally, we got somewhere. Right, hello everybody. Welcome to Haunt of the Tree. He shouldn't be echoing again. I'm not hearing him echo. No, don't, Paul. Don't touch anything.
No, I'm not touching nothing now.
There's a very slight reverb to your voice, but it's not echoing. You kind of sound like you're about to do an 80s music video.
I've got the doors open and the other door. I've got other doors shut, so that's why it's probably echoing in. Yeah.
Right. How about whoever video it plays hosts a live to talk about it, then it's what?
Whoever videos it, right? So say for instance, who's on tonight at 7:30? I forgot. Is it? It's Stu tonight, isn't it?
No, Bristol Paranormal.
Right, Bristol Paranormal. So tonight, if we were doing a live stream, they would host the live stream. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, wait, they are. They're doing a premiere.
No, one of these after the video.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm planning to do exactly the same after.
With all of us. We can have practices. Right, so basically the video that Jason did, I think, is an excellent introduction into the entire night. I just want to say as well for everybody else, and I know a lot of people know this, we were not focusing on one particular faith, if you will, if you want to call it that. It was just the fact that that was the most obvious one there, and it is quite. I know Tringo Paranormal know this. It's the most dominating one, though. Put it that way. If anybody says, I had a chat with him last night because it was absolutely like rammed where I am last night. It was flipping chaos for me to do anything. So I had to rewatch the live stream at 1 o'clock this morning when everything had calmed down. Basically, Ranger Sean has said when he left, he had absolutely nothing to do with the investigation whatsoever. So if anybody tries that and said, "Oh, he come back and he was making noises," he had nothing to do with the investigation whatsoever. He left. He didn't have any problems when he left. He just left.
Well, he came, said hello at the beginning, and left before it was dark. So
yeah, he had to go because yeah.
But we've in our episode, without saying too much about what's going on, we've made it look like the narrative, like with Jason's, obviously you get an account from A to B. With ours, you get a story. The only way to put it. So there, with what we've put out, there's nothing where it's like, oh, now so and so's going, now so and so's back. I think the only bit that's like that is when Chris's stomach was playing up because of what he ate earlier, and then I say Chris is staying here, and that's the only time. Anything after that, anyone that's over there or over here or over there or leaving there, we don't really go into it. We just carry on as if everything's happening in the moment. Just because if you do that, you can break the narrative. If it's depending on what you're trying to create as an episode. If you're trying to create a story with depth and like this and a narrative in that fashion, then yeah, you could break it. But with something like with what Jason was doing, is because he's a vlogger, it works. Because it's not like he's not trying to make like a movie per se, which is what's gonna be different to our one when it comes out. I can't account for what Bristol Paranormal have done or what Stu's gonna be doing. I mean, they're gonna be different again, and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to see what they have with their ones as well.
Let's face it, this is the first. Okay, we've done the first Hopwas one, if you like, but this is the first time we've done it this way. So we're going to have our hitches, we're going to have our little problems and things and working out. I mean, I think there was too many people at the brick buildings when we did the last bit because it was like lots of torches, no talking. But look, we're going to have this. We're going to have this. It's going to be. It's going to be. You're going to have these little things. I think it will sort itself out into the end in something really quite brilliant. Um, and I think later on, my view, this is my view, is if, say, for instance, you were directing like the brick buildings and you wanted to go back to the campsite, you could say, this is Mark from Wanted Truth handing over to blah, 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 and then have, if we did it as a somehow link the videos up and then literally somebody then starts at the campsite, we have it more like a TV commercial, like this is such and such, and do it for it. We're going to have these problems. And I think eventually it will turn into something really quite brilliant. I really do.
Yeah, apparently, I'm getting adverts in the live. I'm not sure. No, it's not your fault. It's going to be something to do with the monetization, and I don't know because I didn't.
StreamYard for us.
No, it won't be that. It'd be because I'm monetized.
Right. Okay.
And for some reason, it's sending out adverts. Yeah, okay. Here they are. Lower, choose let adverts start mid-roll. Choose how ads appear mid-roll. Insert mid-roll.
It's a learning curve, this, people, and I think that we're going to have little problems, debunkers like this. It's going to happen until we've practiced more, and this is what happens.
Right, I'm going to turn the monetization off on the live, and hopefully,
the adverts stop.
Hopefully, the adverts now stop. I can't promise anything, but I've pressed the button save. So, with any luck, hopefully they do stop. Yeah. What's your without going into obviously too much? Then you're the only person that didn't film that evening, and sometimes you do film, and you chose not to. What's your reason for that?
Because I wanted to focus on primarily comparing what happened at 15 compared to what happened then and now, and I wanted to look at the correlation between. I wanted to find out that what I experienced at 15 is true, and the answer to the question is yes, it is. I did get a correlation in certain things. Certain things didn't happen. We didn't get bricks flying and stuff like that, which is great. But I wanted to concentrate on that. And with me, the way I am, and I think Ryan might understand, I can't concentrate on filming, watching, doing that, talk. I can't do it on it. So
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I'm kind of the same. I've even been in positions where, where we've started running events, and then I've said I don't want to film at the events because otherwise my concentration is going to be in the filming and not the atmosphere of where I am. Even sometimes when I'm doing the filming for the episodes, I'm like handing cameras to other people or putting the camera down because I just want to be in the moment rather than behind the camera because it distracts me.
Well, this to let everybody know, just a secret, because this weekend I'm going out on an investigation with Twingo Paranormal, but it's linked to Hopwas, but it's not at Hopwas. It's a long story short. I will be filming that because I need Twingo to do their thing rather than me. So that's again, there should be then more of an answer from a link from this location to Hopwas. Then it starts opening up a can of worms and people will start figuring out what the hell is going on, or you should do. So that will make things a little bit more explainable. It's hard for me to explain because I don't want to give Twingo sort of heads up before I want them to go in blank sort of thing and then come out with what they come out, if that makes sense. But Hopwas for me, I've been there many times, particularly obviously in the day more than night. I've only spent one night there. I went on the recce and then I went with yourselves, Mark, and that was the second time. Nothing's changed in 40 years except the terrain.
Let's go to the comments.
I'm
not. By the way, I was listening. I just want to check the comments at the same time. I'm not getting it's free survival. Blah 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 blah. Where we at? We film as we go and let everything take its course. We do. We had some stones. Jason didn't add them in them moments in. Yes, that's true. There are stones that were not necessarily included in Jason's video. There's sections in Jason's video, Haunted Sessions, which he just said it then, which is missing. So for whatever reason, parts of his, when he was filming, got into the ethos, gone. And I think Stu was saying he had some problems as well. I think he accidentally deleted footage. So there's going to be accounts from at least there two which have got bits missing, which are going to be included probably in ours and Bristol Paranormal's, which makes it all the more reason to watch everybody's. Dan saying it's great to see all these different episodes and all different perspectives. Yes, because you're hearing things differently and you're seeing things from different angles. Plus, what it also does is if there's a debunker that's coming forward. Oh, hang on, I said the word debunker, didn't I? 2 seconds. Is that playing? I don't know if it's playing. It was my hate thingy, but I think it broke. I think it broke. Why is that broken now? Everything's breaking. I set that up perfectly earlier.
Hate,
There we go.
hate, double hate, loathe entirely.
Is that Josh?
Yeah. So that they're gonna be going, oh, this is not. I'm not talking about the ones which are constructive. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, you've got the mop. You've got the mop there. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. They can't turn around and say anything because there's several accounts from different people, and they're all the same bloody account. And with Haunted Sessions one, because it's so because it's done like a vlog from A to B, pretty much, apart from the stuff that he's missing, which can't be helped. That shows everything as it was, without any of like the because what we do, we cut loads down to create this like story and this scary atmosphere, and then people go, oh no, they always get stuff happening. No, it's just the way it's edited. They don't get that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, in answer to another question as well, again, on live, I will reiterate, if anybody is out there and you think this is not legit, I will take anybody's that one singly on my own, and if I have to, I will raise the flipping dead in order to prove a point. And if I do that, trust me, it's going to go badly wrong. I generally don't want to go back to that once because it's not that I don't want to, it's just I've been so many times now. I've seen the modern version of it, if you will. I don't have that sort of thing, but if people want to say, okay, I don't believe it, well, I'll take it there. But you know, and yes, as I've said before, although I'm not going to do it because my situation doesn't allow me to with being a carer and everything, but generally I would quite happily spend a night on my own in that woods. I would like to do it in the future, but at the moment the situation doesn't allow it.
That's a bit mad. I mean, I couldn't personally do it, but yeah.
I'll do a live stream, but to be honest with you, don't fear the reaper, you know what I mean?
So Anne's saying we are going in blind. We don't even know where it is. So that's this. Well, no, you need to know at least where.
Not really.
Yeah, really.
No, because they're going in completely blind. The third thing is access, and it's access.
But what happens if they go off the track and into the plants? What are those plants called? I've forgotten the name of those plants. What are they called again?
Rhododendron. Right, so listen. Right, I tell you what, Mark's going to plant them in his garden now, in his garden at home. Listen, no, it's not in the Ulu where we're going. It's actually in an urban area, but it's a little bit of an urban area that was rural. That's why it's safe and everything. It will make sense for them. And once they've been there, they probably will want to go back themselves on their own. But there's two questions I've got to ask further into that investigation Saturday. And I am not joking, people. Anybody from Midlands won't know, but they are of a national importance. 2 questions I've got, and they're in my head. Nobody else knows. Not even my other half. Nobody else knows. Not Mark doesn't know. Nobody knows. I will ask them, but there's a direct link back to Hopwas. A direct link.
Do you know you're so cryptic. That's what made me go in the first place, because you were like, I know this place with all these things, and all I'm going to tell you is this information, but I'm not going to give you anything else. I was like, what? And then I got off my ass and drove to you.
And then what happened.
Yes.
I mean, there are smaller links, but it's a unique location. I mean, if you go into the sites there and the history, which I've had another delve into the history, I didn't realise until recently that one man self-populated the village about 200 years ago. Absolutely did, the randy little tinker, but he did, and that created the village. So there was people on people. So there's lots of things about it. I didn't realise until recently that the wood houses was actually a stop-off point for the royalists during the English Civil War, and if you want the date, it's 1643. And that was during the 3 sieges of Lichfield Cathedral. So that's where the royalists stepped off and then embarked down and did the attack the parliamentarians, but which were at Lichfield. Now, I'm not going to hint onto this because we've had a conversation with Mark, and I've got to not fascinate myself with one particular era, but we got nothing about the parliamentarians and the royalists coming through on the paranormal investigation, which is unusual because it's such a topical period of history, if you will. And it went directly back to what was going back at the medieval period. The strongest point was what was coming through. And that collaborates definitely with the early 1980s. And I've answered a few questions. One of the questions was, what was the faces around me when I was younger, when I went into the woods when I was 15 and went looking for them? I think I've now got that answer.
Well, I'm glad you have, because that's kind of the whole point of this whole thing. I just want to quickly say hello to Donna.
Yeah.
I did notice you coming a minute ago, but listening to Paul, and I had to wait for a gap. Bristol Paranormal, hi. I had a problem at Pendle Hill. This is Jason, Haunted Sessions. I had a problem at Pendle Hill as well with the memory cards, cameras, things were not recording. Yeah, do you know what? Sometimes these things, just the technology goes a bit skew-iff. And I mean, look at all the problems that started when I tried starting this live a minute ago. Now, I know my technical mind, my head, I'm a technical person. So I'm setting everything up. I've got everything perfect. I'm doing everything the same. And it just wasn't playing ball.
Waiting for me. It's just waiting for me, that's all.
It was waiting for you. Video proves everything's honest. What's the next adventure then, people? What, for all of us, I'm still looking into I need to contact I might contact Woodchester Mansion and try and put some feelers out for some dates, and then see if we can do that.
Bristol Paranormal have got some ideas. I think I'm going to ask them. They've got a couple of ideas as well.
I'd love other debunkers to go to Hoppers and experience what we did. They won't know most of them. They won't. Most of them just won't get up. Most of them won't get up off of their keyboard warrior chairs. You know I'm referring to. I'm not labeling everybody. If anyone else is watching this, like Mr. Grey or Parp or someone like that, I'm not talking about you. I think you guys know what I'm talking about anyway.
Well, I'll take people. I'll do a guided tour. It's not a problem. And if then they think it's rubbish, then fair enough. At least they've been to the location to say it's rubbish, if that's what they think. But if I have to, I will raise the dead. You'll see provocation on another level.
Anne likes it when you're cryptic because it makes her work harder for it.
Good. Work harder.
Bristol Paranormal, I thought for a second we're going to go live in 5 minutes and I shit myself, but it turns out it's an hour away. Jason's saying that all you said to him, Paul, was there were naked women dancing in the woods and he was in. That was him.
1984, that was, unfortunately. 40 years ago this year.
Tony, how are you? Do you know what, Tony? I'm glad you're here, actually. I watched your thingy again, and we went to side rant. We went to back to the farmhouse. Nothing to do with what we're talking about now, but I wanted to go in there with this approach that you were sort of doing with trying to get sounds and stuff through the air, and we have caught some very bizarre sounds. I was quite surprised actually with the results, and even in this upcoming Hoppers video there's a lot of bizarre sounds in that as well, so it's something that I'm taking note of because I was quite surprised with the amount that actually happened. So if people don't know, Tony here joined us at an event at the Clock Tower, and yeah, you can check. Do you want to? What's your social? I mean, I can tell people.
Is that me?
No, Tony.
Oh, Tony's.
I think he's. I think it's mainly Facebook and TikTok. It's like Tony Ferguson. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm really bad. I'm sorry. Just pop it in, and then don't put the link because it won't let you. Just put the name in.
I'll make a suggestion quick for Tony. Why don't we do something, team up with Chris, and do something on Dreadmare for all the people that support and help us, and then we can advertise Tony on that. Fair point.
We can do, yeah. But he's been at the back end of these debunkers as well. I've been called all these things under the sun, which is just.
I actually thought that meant something else when I was coming new to YouTube. I thought it meant something quite different. But there you go. I'm going off for a crafty debunk, and I was like, hey, it wasn't what I thought. So I think we need to do a supporters who support and people who support the channel, like the people who do, and do a bit of a shout out and thank you to those supporters, because obviously if people don't watch the videos, what's the point of doing the videos in the first place? So I think we need to do more of that as well, and actually bring more inclusion in from the people watching, which is great, because without that, Jason's just doing booming. Okay, it wasn't just my good looks and charm that helped the video. I mean, that goes a lot way, appreciate. But but to be honest with you, we without the viewers, without the people watching, and feeding the comments to Mark now, where would we be? So I think we need to do something really back for the supporters and the,
I see where you're coming from. I do see where you're coming from, because without everybody else that does watch and support and subscribe and like and share, even those that aren't paid members, I count everybody who is a person that helps in some way by watching a video and sharing a video. Like even those people mean a hell of a lot to the channel, our channels, and everyone's channels as a whole, for the whole paranormal Dreadmare community.
We could interview a person who's supporting us, like a normal person who's following us, general follower or subscriber, and ask them what their views on what they think are, what their hints are for us filming. Like, obviously, if they got any ideas other than typing, do like this, and just get some feedback, physical feedback from one of the followers, somebody who hasn't got a channel ideally, and let them give us feedback. And I think that's very good as well. So we're actually hearing from the people what they would like to see more of as well. So it's more inclusion, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, this is true. Like, I think, well, it's sort of like the more the merrier, is that age-old saying as well. I'm trying to multitask here by listening to you, replying to you, and reading comments, doing some like. Let's have a little gander. So, guys, do I go live after? You can. It's up to you. I mean, I would see if you weren't filming Friday. I would have done it Friday, personally. Unless you can kill two birds with one stone.
Do it live later tonight.
Or do it tomorrow. Yeah, but they're. Yeah, I don't know. Or do it next week. I don't know. It's up to you. Or do it straight after. It's up to you. And Anne's saying the same thing. Yeah. Or tomorrow. Everyone's saying the same thing.
That's good. We got feedback. That's good. Thank you very much, people with feedback. Feed me the info. It's like Dr. Evil, isn't it? Feed Daddy the info. No, don't call me that, but feed me the info.
Yeah, careful what you say on this, Paul, because I don't delete my likes.
I know, it's absolute. I know. But fed the information from the customers helps to go in the right direction.
Right.
So
Chris wants me to show the Dreadmare video advertisement. So basically, let's talk about what this is first of all before I show it. So Dreadmare is a collective of basically everybody that's collabing together or like-minded people, right? Okay. This video is going to explain it a little bit better for you, so I don't have to natter on and say it here, right? That was a synopsis. Let's get it going. Here we go. Don't say anything, Paul, because you'll be heard.
Dreadmare Incorporated.
I think it is 5 teams of incredible people. You know, they're not fake. We get on really, really well. I'm amazed on how well we all get on. We all clicked, all of us. You know, we'd already known what the truth for a while, and it, you know, we clicked straight away. Hopwas one, which was an incredible, fascinating, scary video. What they caught was incredible. It kind of pulled me and Ryan in.
Sometime back in 2023, I was having a conversation with Mark from Haunted Truth on YouTube, and we were talking reference locations in the group generally. From that conversation, the conception of a more integrated approach to paranormal exploration came into the discussion, and we discussed various locations that could possibly do with a joint collaboration, exploration and investigation.
A band of seekers drawn together by the whispers of the unknown. Each member a different piece of the puzzle, brings their own twisted version to the table, driven by the belief that the truth is out there, challenging what the world considers real. Some are skeptics bound by logic, while others embrace the darkness, knowing that some things can't be explained, but only experienced together. This channel is a doorway to another world, where investigations are rituals, and every video is a step deeper into the madness.
For ages, as a collective of Haunted the Truth, we have been trying to get into, you know, other communities out there, but always felt rejected or put on the sideline or judged. And now finally with Dreadmare, we have come together with like-minded people who all want to just do the same thing, you know, conduct a paranormal investigation, and are all into the same idea of what we're all trying to achieve, which is the understanding of what the hell is going on. And there's no judgments. Anyone, even if you're, you know, like quite a low channel with hardly any views, or even if you're a high channel with loads of views, you're welcome to come in. Or if you're just into the paranormal in general, you're always welcome to join in with our conversations. We are here to change things, because there's far too much egotistic behavior out there, and higher than mighty people, and a change is needed. And that's what Dreadmare is going to do.
It stopped and there was no, I didn't get any audio. I don't know about anybody else, but I didn't get any audio at all. And it stopped. No, I didn't know. I didn't talk through it. I didn't talk through it. Honestly, I didn't. It was the fact that it stopped. Yeah. Yeah. But nevertheless. Well, I watch videos for entertainment. If I learn something, because I like to learn
I put myself on mute. I'm a donut. Right. As I was saying, take two. So basically, yeah, that's a synopsis of everything there. And you know, I pretty much say as it is at the end there. Chris, did you run out of footage to use, or was that intentional? That I just was on a dark screen. That's just something I noticed when I watched it back then. Your sound is gone. Yeah, I know it bloody went because I pressed the bloody mute button because I had a coughing fit halfway through it. And I was like, shit, I need to press that. And then I forgot to unpress it, didn't I? But, yeah, I mean, these other, don't get me wrong, they're, like, I'm not going to diss completely other communities out there. Like, I think what some, like, Parple's now changing to his stance on things because he had enough of the negativity side of things in regards to the debunking side of that. So I've heard that he's sort of stepped away from that side of things now, and he's trying to create a more positive vibe. And to be fair to him, when I did join his Discord, he said that he won't stand for people that are gonna just judge me off the back of what one of his friends have said. So fair play to him on that. I have to give credit where credit's due. But
I think as well.
there is this sort of as a whole.
I think people generally, I watch videos for entertainment, right? And I like to see what's going on. Okay, if there's things that I think are questionable, we can all do that on lots of videos. I've done it. I personally don't do editing because one, I can't do it. I put my hand up and say I'm not as clever as these clever shots. And I stick all the raw images together, all the raw videos together. So you see all the mess ups I make and all the cock ups and all the rest of it, yeah? Because I think sticking the raw images together, it's just unique. And I do my videos for like a personal basis anyway, and what other people think from me is great. But the people that do more professional videos and put effort into them, okay, if there's things that aren't correct, I watch it for entertainment purposes, and that's what I do when I get a chance to watch it for entertainment. So if I learn something, that's even brilliant. To me, we've got a lot of this. It's not just on the in the UK. We've got a lot of nitpicking going on at the minute. And quite frankly, I think we need to move away from it because there's a lot of people that get affected with their mental health and everything else. And we need to move into a next generation and start providing more of a different thing. And that's what I'm hoping Dreadmare and our individual channels do, which I know they do, and they do very well. And that's why I think this new approach is very key to the change in YouTube empowering on the videos.
So very good synopsis there, or breakdown, I suppose, of the whole thing. Anne saying he's part of... Yeah, I have heard that, Anne, but what I mean is, as for a YouTuber and as for Discord and as for the community side of things, he's sort of stepped away from that, like, that whole idea completely. How do I join? There is a Facebook page and...
YouTube channel.
There is the YouTube channel, so, like... Let's say, because you live quite far up, don't you, Tony? You're quite far. You're probably closer.
Wow.
You're because he came down from quite far up. Where are you at, Paul? The area you're in is
North Staffordshire. Staffordshire.
So let's say, for example, you and Paul met, or you and some of the others that might be living up in that area met, and you did a video together. Some of the footage from it, of outside of your personal channels, could go to YouTube.
Dreadmare.
Or if you even wanted to, because I know you don't really use YouTube anymore, you could even say, hey, do you know what? Do you want to upload this as well? So it's like when people are collaborating, they're sort of maybe behind the scenes, bloopers, things that we might be discussing. We might do, for example, we might have like a group chat randomly, which isn't publicized like this, and then a section of that might be recorded and then uploaded. So it's stuff like that. He's in the new. He's up near New Forest. Where's I don't know where that is. New Forest.
Oh no, that's New Forest. Is that Gloucestershire way? That's a bit further south than me, I think.
New Forest. Where is it? Maps.
Oh no, that's up by Burton. It could be up by Burton as well. Just check that for me. If it is, it's a bit further south, but it's not.
Directions.
Just what we got there. Just give us a town. Give us a town, please, Tony. Just give us your nearest town.
Oh, actually, yeah. To be fair, he could be further over, not further up.
It's towards Derby. It's over Burton way, I think you find.
You might be the wrong direction. I don't know. It depends. It depends, actually. I don't know if it's down or up, because there's two.
That'll still be up to you. It's still upwards to you. That's all you need to know. It's up still for you. So if he gives us a town, that'd be better. But I'm guessing he's over towards probably the Burton direction that way.
Because there is a new forest down in Southampton area.
There is. That's in Hampshire.
So,
correct.
So if it's that one, my geography's completely out.
I think
Dorset. Yeah, okay.
Oh right. Oh, so he's not up. He's down. He's miles away from me. He's down on the south coast then.
So I got that wrong. But do you know I did geography in school as well. So
that's on the south coast. I'm up further up north. I'm nearer to Stoke and the Peak Districts and places like that.
Yeah. There's a new forest. Yeah, there is Bristol Paranormal. They planted it only the other week. It's brand new. Just
just of interest, I believe people can plant trees for the National Forest, which is in the Midlands, which is recreating. This is where it links back to Hopwas. Hopwas was part of the medieval massive woods between basically south of the Midlands and up to the south of Sheffield around the medieval period. There were massive woods, and these individual woods like Cannock Chase and Hopwas were part of this Mercian woodland. And I believe they're trying to recreate this woodland, and people can plant trees. And I think you can take them to the National Forest and they can plant them, and you can put your name on them, things like that. You have to check on the web, but I'm sure that's a good initiative of trying to recreate this 1,000 years ago, if you like, Mercian massive forest area, which all these individual woods like Hopwas were originally part of. So that's great. So you can imagine in Central Park way before the Industrial Revolution, we're talking about the year, the first millennium. 1,000. There was this massive forest in the whole of the central of England, and then further up north, you've got people like Robin in the Hood, and all these legends and all that. So, yeah. So there's lots of stuff around. So
Robin in the Hood. The way you say, the thing is, the way you sound now, it sounds like it's gonna be like a band, like a rap group. Yo, it's Robin in the Hood, man.
Well, they say that.
What you're saying?
This is, we got these legends between the north and the south. We've got all these legends stretching up the north and south. And Robin in the Hood, or Robin Hood as people call it, there's a lot of folklore about it. And these folklore have individual things, but is there any truth to the stories? And that's where something else where paranormal can come in and test these potentials.
Well, I'm no clairvoyant, so I can only, none of us really are. Wow. Obviously, none of us that we know of are clairvoyant. That we know of are clairvoyant, but so I can't go into a place and be like, this is I'm picking up Robin Hood here and his merry men. There's Friar Tuck over there. That's not what's going to happen.
We are not dressing up before anybody. We are not dressing up before anybody. We are not dressing up before anybody comes up with any. I knew he'd come up with that. We are not doing that. So before anybody comes up with clever ideas of Robin Hood and his merry men dancing for the woods, no. It would be funny, but it would be. But unfortunately, we're going to make it a bit more serious with them when you do the investigations. That's probably why we don't do that. The humour, because the investigations, it would put us in the wrong mindset for the investigation after. So you got to be a bit serious. But generally, going back to that first, the Dreadmare channel, which is a collaboration channel rather than an individual channel, collaboration channel, and I like Mark says having different things in. We can shot things in and put it in, but it's the collaboration between all the channels. Individual channels such as tonight, Bristol Paranormal, people have put I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, if you think these people have blagged anything, can chuck stuff together, I can assure you, we have actually had, since being to Hopwas, hours of conversation like this online. And I mean hours of lots of debate, lots of nitpicking. People don't know about this. Lots of stuff going on, lots of debates, how it is. And it went on, and it's gone on for, well, actually not hours, let's just say days. And we've had lots of conversations about how and why we did things, and it's gone. People don't see that. It's not just a case that the channels have gone away, got their images, stuck it together, doing the editing and doing production. Some of these editing, ladies and gentlemen, have taken people days to produce. It is not a couple of minutes
weeks.
Or hours here and there. It's days, weeks, yeah. And of course, they've got the debates in between. People saying, "Oh, put this, do this, do this, do this," and it's not to take anything out. It's really for them to critique their own video edits and put the best editing in to make the video look coherent and good. So there's been a lot of discussion, but people don't see that in the background. They just think that that's it. I can assure you, it's not a conversation where people say, "Oh, let's do this, do that."
I can't be asked to even care about what people are giving it all this now. I can't be asked. Like, I'm not going to name anyone or say anything. That's all. I'm leaving it at that. Quick thing, Paul, before you say it. Before you say anything, I'm going to go down to comments. Because got to remember, there are people watching us. So where are we at? Dorset, I meant Southampton. You do have a YouTube channel. So Dave has put, Paul, you can be Maid Marian. And then Anne has put, yes, Friar Tuck, Paul, you've got to do it.
Friar Tuck. Well, you see, if I was Robin Hood, because obviously because of my good looks and charm and everything else, you could be Maid Marian. No, we're not doing that either, Mark. But no, Friar Tuck. Yeah, no, I don't know. I would love to have an abbey. I would love to have an abbey. Don't even go there. It's too late. You already are.
Maid Marian, let's do it, Friar Tuck.
It's not happening.
Next comment. I do, Chris. I gotta do public. Okay, right. And we could always have a fancy dress meet up and record everyone being crazy.
That's not a bad idea for Halloween. That is not a bad idea. Well done, Anne. Well done.
I'm subscribed to Dreadmare. Cool. Dave, you're a legend. Join us and become part of the dark side. Yeah.
I was actually going to say, for anybody who does doubt the videos, I'm still honestly people. I'll think on my own. I'll take people on their own to locations. It's not, and I would rather people come around and do that. And then if they say, I've been to a location and all you've got is a tree and the famous R plant, which we won't talk about, then that's fine. But that would be then at least then they say, right, we've been there. Quite frankly, we got that because we've been to location.
You've got the word. You went a Weckui again then for a second.
Did I really?
So you're not playing anything out, are you? That's weird. Why you suddenly done that?
No. I would rather people come to the location and then critique after the location, see what they think after that, and for me that's fine. But there you go. That's my view. Come with me. Come into my world.
Mark, you will have to revive Nancy for Nancy?
No.
Nancy.
Right. I tell you what, somebody's coming up. I tell you what, we could actually do something quite interesting for that. Anne's come up with, she's got my thought. She knows how to tickle my little fancy, getting it going up here. She's got me thinking now.
If anyone does want to say anything about this, then they're just gonna get hit with. The thing is, it's not just one of us. There's several of us, and it's just gonna be really silly if they do. And we've got everything to back up with. We've got all the footage to back up with. So I can't even be bothered to have the conversation. I can't be asked. It's getting boring now. Yeah. Like
I also want to mention that me and Ryan have a condition where we're hyperactive people. I do apologise. We get very excited and hyperactive. Like now, I've not long had my meds, and it's because I've had serious injuries, and that's basically why. But also, I have a condition where too much sugar sends me, and that's why now and then you'll see me sipping on. Sorry, but that's why I get hyperactive in videos. It is a condition. I do apologise. I shouldn't apologise for it, but unfortunately, like I spoke to a female recently, not far from where, a few years ago, sorry, she said we constantly have to apologise for our way because we're hyperactive, and we shouldn't have to do that. But people do pick on us because of that, which is sadly very sad.
Yeah. I mean, you are who you are, and who you are is what makes people drawn to you. And if you're anyone else, then what's the point? That's the way I see it. I can't be bothered to pretend to be something I'm not. And I mean, unless it's for fun and you're doing it for like what Anne's come up with, which is a great idea, like dressing up, and you're doing it for fun, or you're, I worked at Fear at Avon Valley for a little bit where I dressed up and I was like scaring people. It's fun.
Can I just say something? Can we ask the people watching, what would you like to see us do in a video? Sensible, mind. I'm not talking about just up sensible. Is there any tips, techniques, anything we should be doing that you think we could do? Let's see what comes up on that.
I think I let people talk on that matter. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice little, at the moment everything's dandy as Mandy, and I think even if even if we had disagreements, I would hope that people would like not get irate about anything. So like let's say you go, oh, XYZ's something, and then Jason goes, well, actually no, I think that's a moth in your video, and then you
That's fair
go,
enough, though.
okay, whatever, right? Like, well, not whatever. Oh, whatever. No, not like that. You're just like, oh, okay, I didn't think of that. Maybe it is. And then, nice. Like, I don't like it when people get irate.
No, there's no need for aggression at the moment. We've got enough of that going.
Anne's got a long list and she'd have to say it all privately.
Well, that's the way we're going to meet.
The thing is, with the Ouija board.
Oh, don't do that.
They are a crock. Oh, fuck me!
He's going to smash it. I know he's going to. I do apologise for swearing, but I could see shelves coming down and thinking a minute. Keep watching; it could get interesting.
I got several.
If you start
This one, which is for sale, if anyone wants one. If you're on this live right now, I'll do it for 30. It's normally 40.
And do you charge for guest appearances, Mark? You know, for
Paul, this is £1 a minute. Didn't I tell you?
you can have Haunted Truth on any of our channels that we can, you know. I'm free all the time. So
but I don't. I've used and done stuff with Ouija boards loads, and whenever I've gone and put hands on it with a bunch of people that don't believe that the Ouija board's going to work, it never does. So that leads me to feel that it is the idiomotor effect, or some individuals out there may actually be pushing it.
Yeah.
I think what you guys will really do is spot on. You know what you're doing. What as a collective or Hold of the Truth, because obviously there's other teams here. I mean, we're gonna cover quite a lot in the Werther watches when I actually bother to get round to them, because I'm a lazy bugger.
I think everybody has the unique twist. Every channel has their own different way of doing things, and I think that's great.
Dreadmare, it is always going to be a road of rhododendron. So that's Chris. That'd be Chris. Yeah. Tony, you ever done lone vigil blindfolded? It's a good way to use senses and wouldn't use normally. Interesting you should say that, because Paul actually said to us, but none of us had the bollocks to do it, to all lay down, face down, with blindfolds and our ears being blocked, and just be face down on the ground like that at the location. And I didn't want to do it because...
The other thing that you didn't do, which you came up with a great idea, backing on, thank you very much, Tony, for that comment, was the fact that you wanted to blindfold me and walk me into the woods and go with my senses to locations and completely make me black and let me guided by the Zen, if you will, to locations. And we sadly never got around to doing that either.
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Got distracted by something else. It's worth trying to do, I suppose. I would try and get Josh to do it, but I reckon he wouldn't trust anybody.
I'll blindfold you, but I'll get you back later if you do anything to me.
Can anyone chip in for new equipment? Yeah, that'd be nice. Where's it to? Talking of new equipment. I had to get this. It cost me an arm and a leg because I'm...
He opens his toy box. Oh, all right, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, this cost too much, to say the least.
I'm a free channel, so I'm fine, thanks, chaps. I'm just free and keep mine low sort of maintenance, my channel. But the other chaps do a lot of effort, so they need a lot more different sort of equipment, if you will.
I think there's ways to actually... I mean, if people wanted to, not that they have to, or I'm telling them to, but just talk, because you brought that comment up, I think there is a way to actually now donate directly through YouTube. now that I'm monetized, I think there was a thing talking about it. I don't really know. It's you know the memberships when people like
Can I
donate
make-
memberships.
Mark,
I don't know what
write
it
the
is.
things down.
Or super
Write down
comments.
these-
Super
Mark,
comments.
write on a piece of paper what people are saying as a hint to remind you.
Has anyone got like
Okay.
like £2 spare to test a super comment? Just to see if they actually work. And if you want, I'll give it back to you. I'm just really intrigued to know if that function's actually working. Because I've not seen it yet. And I only set it up the other day.
I ain't got a clue what that is. So the more suggestions that people come down, what we need to do is I'm always armed with a pen. And we need to write these things down. Unfortunately, I lose a piece of paper. I normally write things on. I'm old school, so I write them down.
Oh,
And then basically, if we need to give things a go, so I can actually write that on a list. I've got that on a list actually.
I'll put it up. I'll put it on.
Yeah.
Blindfolded, so you can just hear the area.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd shit myself though.
I'm not bothered. You can
All
do
it
that to
takes
me.
if somebody tapped me on the shoulder and I go, no!
You can do that to me if you want. You can blindfold me if you want. I'm fine. Just stick a Hessian bag on my head. I'll be fine.
Blindfold you. I put one of them things in your mouth like that.
Bit cheap. I think there's a few people on here who'd like to do that.
You have to have a Google Play balance, I think. Oh, really?
I'm lost. I'm old school, me. I'm back to pen and paper. So, yeah. The other thing that I would like to say, no, I'll say it in private because I've got a hint off another channel that has been hinted. But yeah, it's I've got to write it down. It's something I forgot about, but it's more or less for lives. Listen, I have to tell you, by the way, Mark, it's 7:00. I'm lost.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to wrap it up in a bit, like any minute now, basically.
I think we do need.
I've gone wrap it up in a bit, like any minute now, basically. I think I went down. I think my internet went down.
Right. Okay.
That's weird. I thought it was you because it normally is you.
In a bit. It normally is me.
Any minute now.
No, I was basically I was having. I didn't understand what went on then.
Yeah, super chat, Donna. I don't know how it works, but we're gonna probably now start to wrap it up. I don't know if you were still going out then with what you said, because if I cut out, it probably cut you out.
But please pop over at 7:30 to Bristol Paranormal Hunters UK. They're doing their premiere on the second Hopwas.
Yeah, which is going to be
a boomer, like just like Haunted Truth. It's going to be awesome. Haunted Sessions, sorry, apologise, Chase. Just like Haunted Sessions, who did a great production yesterday. That's still on the web. You can take a look at Haunted Sessions' production as well after or before. Well, probably not before, but after you've watched Bristol Paranormal's premiere. And then, okay, these channels are leaving their videos on, so you can go back and refer to them, cross-reference, whatever you will. And that's brilliant that they're on. So that's very good on those channels. Leave those videos on.
That's the link there that I've just put in. So if you do want to go over and watch that, then yeah, feel free to do that. And then as of tomorrow, I think.
Can I ask a favour?
What?
I've started up a TikTok, and I could do with people to follow me because I would like to go live on TikTok, but I need 1,000 people, and I've got about 200. And it's Ranger Paul. It's Ranger Paul X 2024. It's Ranger Paul X 2024 on TikTok.
I'll invoice you for the advertisement after this, Paul.
Oh.
Right, until next time, thank you so much everybody for joining. Please do watch
Bristol Paranormal
Bristol Paranormal Hunters video, and then everybody's video, and of course watch our video on Sunday, which is going to be absolute madness. You're going to watch it and be like, you're not going to sleep. Don't watch it at the end of the night because you will not sleep. You won't sleep, trust me. It's one of those, and there's some stuff in it which won't be in anyone else's. So please do watch that. Until then, thank you. And subscribe, like, and share to everybody here. And I do, appreciate that you all come in. And those of you that are going over to watch Bristol Paranormal Hunters UK, I will chat to you there. So until next time, ta